San Francisco tonight in the Castro District, a large crowd gathering to remember the 44th anniversary of the assassinations of Supervisor Harvey Milk and Mayor George Moscone. KPIX5's Betty Yu talks with a former San Francisco supervisor about Milk's legacy and about how she, too, was a target.
Among the crowd of mourners who showed up at Harvey Milk Plaza in the Castro for the vigil were people who knew the supervisor personally.
We have to always remember what has happened in the past so that hopefully we can look forward to a future where it will not happen again.
84-year-old Carol Ruth Silver was a fellow San Francisco supervisor and friend of Harvey Milk. They were both elected in 1977. Milk and Mayor George Moscone were assassinated 44 years ago today.
You know, 44 years, it's time to stop crying and to say, what have you done? I have done lots of things. In Harvey's name, I was on the Board of Supervisors for another 11 years after he died, and I protected as much as I could the things that he had been interested in.
Milk was the first openly gay elected official in California and one of the first in the United States. Silver, a civil rights activist, has continued his work fighting for LGBTQ rights.
He stood for allowing gay people, lesbians, trans, bisexual, people who were sexual minorities. That's a term that didn't even exist when Harvey was alive.
Sunday's vigil also honored the 5 victims in the LGBTQ shooting in Colorado Springs. Silver has attended almost all of the vigils in remembrance of Milk and Moscone over the last 4 decades. She said on the day of the assassinations, she was having a breakfast meeting with a political supporter who insisted on having just a bit more coffee.
I often say a cup of coffee saved my life, because my office was right next to Harvey's, and had Dan White shot Harvey, first he shot George, then he came over, he shot Harvey, and we learned later that he had a list, and I was on the list, Willie Brown was on the list.
What Harvey told us back in the 70s was that we could confront the hate and ignorance by coming out.
Gwen Craig, a friend of Milk who worked with him on campaigns, was among several speakers. Silver said she will always remember Milk's humor. And to you?
As a friend, he was very funny. He was a comic. He used to come to my house, and of course my kids were there. I had two sons. I have 2 sons, and they were little kids. And he would joke with them and play with them. He was just a nice person.
In San Francisco, Betty Yu, KPIX 5.